So we have all the elements in our folio. I'm just adding some stuff in here to kind of bulk it up a little bit, so we are ready to transfer our magnets. So we're going to put 3 of the small magnets here, and I just put them like a finger's width from the edge all the way down and the sides here. So this probably can go down a little bit further, but like something like this. So we're using 3 of them. So I only transfer 1 magnet at a time. So when you transfer it, you want to make sure you have everything squared. So you want these edges squared up real well, if you can see that. And we're going to transfer just this top magnet first. Once this looks nice and square, you're looking at this and this. Go ahead and push and see if, oh, gotta take the tape off, Carla. Won't transfer if the tape is still on there. Okay, tape is off. Now let's see, still squared, push and transfer. Does that look good? That looks good. So the magnet's transferred, and then you would just put a piece of tape over here. I'm not going to put a piece of tape on it because I want to use this folio again. So, but that should stay in place, and now we're going to transfer the next one, and then I usually do the bottom one. Get the tape off, and then turn it the other direction, get it squared up. That one clicked on the bottom, I just heard it. And then this is squared up, push and transfer. Put your tape over it to hold them down. And then you would do the same thing with the middle one. You're just having one extra piece there. So once you have your magnets transferred, we can start working on the inside flap. So let's start with the inside flap. So with the inside flap, we are going to be using this page. So this page, we're going to be using it for the front cover here, and we're going to be using this side piece up in here. So for this, if I open up this, you will see what I did. I used this little strip to cover our gusset here, the 5/8 of an inch, well, it's the spine there, and then use this to cover the edge. So on the 5/8 of an inch spine, you're going to cut 4/8, which is a 1/2 inch strip from this end here. So cut 1/2 inch strip, put that in this spine here, and then you will cut, this is 1 3/4, 1 6/8, right, 6/8, so 1 5/8, then you're going to cut 1 5/8 of this paper here. And then round the corners and adhere this strip down on the flap. So you're covering the magnets now. So we eventually use this part of this paper. So again, this is what you're doing. You're covering this 5/8 of an inch spine with 4/8 of an inch, which is 1/2 inch from here, and then you're going to cover, this is 1 3/4 inch, so it's going to be, what did I say? I don't even remember what I said. It's going to be 1 5/8, 1 5/8 wide, obviously 8 inches tall. So get those inked, put your tape on, glue on, however you want to adhere it down. I use my tape, and then this is done. So the magnets are now covered. Now we're going to be starting on the front cover. So we're ready to start the front cover. One thing I forgot to tell you, and I'm sure you know, round the corners of this piece here before you put it in. Make sure the edges are all inked here. So we're going to start building this piece first. So you're going to get a piece of black cardstock, 4 1/4 inches wide, plus 1/16 of an inch, 7 5/8 inches long, plus 1/16 of an inch. So this is going to be our back piece right here. On top of this, you'll be putting this striped paper from the Graphic 45 Patterns and Solids. So this, you're going to cut it 4 1/4 by 7 5/8. 4 1/4, 7 5/8. So this black piece is only 1/16 of an inch wider and longer. And then you're going to adhere this on the black mat with your small amount of reveal. So it's going to be like that. So that's that part. Then you're going to go to this piece, and you have this piece, you cut this piece off for your inner flap. This piece is coming from here. You're starting from this edge, and you're going to go in 4 inches and up 6 inches. So it's going to be a 4 by 6 piece. So this is 4 by 6. 4 by 6. You are going to mat that on a black piece of cardstock, 4 1/8 by 6 1/8. So that is going to go on here like this. And then this whole thing is going to be matted on this the orange striped paper. You're going to center it, and it's going to be 7/8 of an inch, I believe, from the bottom of the mat. Let me see. Yeah, it's not quite an inch, so about 7/8 of an inch from the bottom. I mean, it's almost an inch, but not quite. So like that. So that's the base piece that we're going to be adhering to the front cover. So get that made. Make sure on these pieces that you have inked the pattern paper. We don't want any white any white core showing on the front cover. So get this piece built. Now we're coming to option A and option B. So this is built. Now this we can use depending on option A or option B. If you purchased 2 packs of this 8x8, because remember there's only one pattern per one each of the papers. So if you purchased 2 of these packs, then you're going to have 2 of these papers. We've already used one of these papers, this blue paper here on the inside here. So we do not have enough paper to cover this and the front cover. So option A would be getting 2 of these 2 packs. Option B would be to use the patterns and solids, because you've already have the patterns and solids. You needed that, and you could use this instead. Let me show you how this would work. If you want to use this option, this is what you're going to do. You're going to get this paper. You cut it 8 inches tall by 6 inches wide, And then you have this 3/8 of an inch strip of this orange stripe paper with the stripes going in this direction. Remember, this is 6 1/2, so 6 4/8, so this is going to be 6 3/8. I attach this strip with washi tape down here because I like it to be flush with the paper. Ink the edges, and that would go down like this. So when you close the flap and you put this on here, it will look like that. If you decide to use this paper, you do the same thing. It would be 6 inches of this paper plus, what did I say? 3/8 of this striped, the orange stripe. They're both the same cut. For the flap, if you decide to use this is a 1/2 inch strip of the orange solid, 8 inches tall, with, let's see, what do I have? This is 1 1/8 inches wide, 8 inches tall, this paper. Same thing with this. 1/2 inch of the solid stripe plus 1 1/8 inch of the blue paper. So it would be like this. Again, I attached them with washi tape on the back side. You're going to round the corners. It's much easier to round the corners when these two pieces are adhered together. Ink the edges, and that would go down like this. Like that. So option A, option B. And this looks really nice too. It just depends what you would like. To make this closure, well, it's not a closure, it's just a little doodad. What I did, I made this one like this. All you do is you get a 3/4 inch circle. This is 110-pound cardstock. And then you get 5/8 of an inch. I'm using my circle punches, 5/8 of an inch of the green. And there's the side I'm using. This is from the Presents. You'll see it. It is don't have it. Oh, here it is. I cut this one from here. We have the balloon paper. So that is this one from the Patterns and Solids. That's 5/8 of an inch. So that's going to go on top of that. And then I cut a 1/2 inch, which is 4/8 of an inch, 1/2 inch from this paper. And that's going to go on top of here. You ink all the pieces, and this is what you're going to get. You can just stick a brad through the middle there and call it a day, and that would look fine too. What I did is I used one of my buttons. I had one of my buttons, and I put the brad through the button and put some stickles on top of the brad. So it has a little shine there. And there's the brad coming through the other end. Then I use another piece of this black cardstock, same size. I adhere that to the bottom of this piece to make this nice and smooth. After you flatten out that brad as much as you can, and then I adhere it on here. But this is option B, using one pack of the 8x8 and using your patterns and solids. So that's how that would look. And they both look very nice. So it depends on what you would like to do. So for the back of the folio, it doesn't matter if it's option A or option B, they're going to be the same. You're going to be getting the poppy paper, 8 inches tall, 6 3/8 inches wide. Remember, this is 6 1/2, 6 4/8. So that would, you cut that, ink it, and put that down, and then you're going to cut a piece of the solid coral. This is 1/2 inch width, 6 3/8 inches wide, just like this poppy paper, and you're going to be mounting this on a piece of black cardstock. It's the same width, that is now 6 5/8 inches wide, so you got a little bit of black showing, and then you're going to adhere it up from the bottom. I believe that's like 1 1/4 inches up. Yeah, 1 1/4 inches up from the bottom. So that's going to be the same whether you're using option A or option B. For the spines, for option B, you're using the same blue paper on this spine here. On this spine, on this side, you're using a 1/2 inch strip of the solid, and then you are adding a 3/8 of an inch strip of the poppy paper, like that. So that's for option B. For option A, you're using a 1/2 inch strip of this paper, and you're using a 1/2 inch strip of the solid, and then 3/8 of an inch strip of the poppy paper. So it just flows like that. So those are done, option A and option B. Let me know what you think of them down in the comment section. I will be doing another one. I've already started it for the month of June. Let me just show it to you real quick. This is the month of June. I love this paper. This is the classic graphic 45 paper. So this is going to be June. I've already made it. I just have to do the tutorial. But this is a beautiful collection. So this is going to be June. This is May. I hope you enjoy these. I don't know if I'm going to be doing them anymore after the month of June, just because it doesn't seem like there's much action on any of these videos, that people might not even be liking to make these. So I'm not sure if I'm spending my time wisely doing all this, because they do take me a lot of time, but we'll see. So let me know what you think, and I will talk to you guys in June when we go through this beautiful paper.